everyone. Welcome to the Magic of Juan. My name is Juan, and I'm here to do a Pulse of Gaia read for today. This is actually Pulse of Gaia read 2, T-O-O, but it is the number 2 for today, which is August the 13th, 2026. All right, guys, tapping into the energy. This download was received on 8/11/2026, and I was told to hold it to today. It's a lot of energy, a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of stuff going on in the earth realm. This reading features huge jackpot energy and the ringmaster of scrutiny. Scrutiny, the word, the definition. Very careful and thorough examination, inspection, or close observation of something or someone. Our message is going to be something along those lines, so let's go ahead and get it. Angels of the highest love and light, guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, ancestors, Mother Gaia, Father God, Source, Creator, all. Thank you for all you do. Let's get it. Let's guide. Glow. You already know. All right. So let's start with this download came out as if I was map making. I call it mapping or charting, as if I was in my magical map shifting role. So what this magical map shifting map looks like, it outlines our path through the stars and through Mother Gaia. So it shows me constellations and tangible landmarks here on Mother Gaia. So, also the read that I just uploaded featured new clock code 619. As I look at this, after I did the read, this was downloaded on the old clock, so the current clock that you go by, at 6:19 a.m. on 8/11/2026. So connected. This is about a job well done. So let me explain this 619 code because they want me to again. It is a code of incarceration and freedom at the same time. So it gives me two sides of the coin. A side that is going to be in the clink clink and a side that is going to be in freedom. Okay? Free, free, free. And without going into detail, you should be able to deduce which side is going where. The dark is in the clink clink and the light is free. Common sense. So there is an east wind that brings clarity. So this gives me the feeling that something is getting ready to materialize in your life. I just heard in our life, that is going to make you 1000% sure that you invested correctly in God. 44 vibration. 4s are about stability, home, family, and foundation. This 44 is a master building number. It's about integrity as a foundation, strong zinc, manifestation and leadership, and treating Gaia as home and temple. The juncture that we are at collectively is, I want to say, I'm going to give the new clock juncture because I want to focus on those that have properly wielded their gifts. Thank you. So the juncture for the new clock is this 757 Pegasus power. So on the new clock, we're at 757 energy. So justice, judgment, telling of two sides of a thing. And the 7 is the God journey. And 5 is a change in it. So everyone is going through some sort of material, heard loud and clear, change, having to do with setting things straight in the earth realm. So I was shown the Balancing Act, card number 11. So part of this Balancing Act. There is clean slate energy and the sun. Now, When I was away, I worked hand in hand daily with Oya. Okay, so she has been my constant companion through for the last 2-3 years since I left YouTube. On a daily basis, we're working in Oya's energy. Okay, that's clean slate energy. That's about they want to focus on the clean slate right now. Incubation is on 623 energy and 632 energy. Okay, so date of birth 623, date of birth 326. The only two date of births that you can get out of those combinations. Okay, so that energy is in incubation. You're receiving a long jackpot payout. So here again with this residual income energy. So you got job well done, not just job well done, you got job well done +1. You got Pegasus power, which again, to recap that's about exploring and uniting all realms, which I did while I was away. That is what made collapsing the timeline so easy, because after I explored them, I united them, and then I collapsed them. So there are two timelines only. All timelines have been collapsed. And since I made this reading last week, I've noticed that more intuitives are now making a read about collapsed timelines. It is absolutely true. So anybody that is reading that there are more than two timelines is incorrect. All timelines have been collapsed. There are only two remaining. One really, because there's one that's in the living, viable timeline of Gaia. And then there's one resonant of old Earth. It is a hologram. It is not a viable timeline. I'll say it again. It is not a viable timeline. So you can stay in the resonance of old Earth momentarily until you can get your avatar to the vibration that is needed to ascend you to Gaia. This old Earth, thank you, Holy Spirit, heard loud and clear, vibration will not be around indefinitely. Okay, so it gives me the feeling that you do not have an infinite amount of time to get yourself in the higher vibration so you can inhabit Gaia, which is God's garden. It's the way that God intended Earth, not how God materialized. Excuse me. It is the way that God intended Earth, and not what actually materialized. So the difference. Earth is the lower vibration. Gaia is the highest vibration. Gaia is the garden God designed it to be. Earth has become a grotesque version of what he desired. So because it became a grotesque version of what he desired, he wiped it away, left a resonant of it momentarily, and created this whole new Earth in Gaia, which is what he intended. Okay, so if your avatar cannot hold this high vibration, you are on this non-living timeline. You cannot stay there indefinitely. So my guess is that he wants you to work diligently. I heard feverishly, diligently on growing on growing your vibration. Also, there's 202 coding. Now, with 202 coding, anything is possible. What is it that they say? 202, they say 202 can make the most ambitious dreams real. Okay. Now, this ringmaster of scrutiny is the energy that if you are on this first wave, you have been in this scrutinizing and taking a detailed look at every construct in lower earth. It's interesting, lower earth, because it gives me the feeling of TARDIS. It gives me the feeling of trapped souls, okay? I say a clean slate. And then also the sun is here. Card number 19 in the major arcana for the tarot deck. So that's about joy, celebration, and light. So the light is here on today. The sun is here on today. There is a drawing in, and the 623 goes to a quick change of 624. So after God incubated the energy, it goes straight into 624, which is a +1. So, and it is a code for my work on Facebook. So the date that I was given was 4/26. And when that energy became in harmony, it switched to 624. So when I see 624, I know that those that were being warned have already came to a place of harmony, which is beautiful. Blueprint energy is here. Now, this blueprint is part of my divine assignment, but there is a neighbor of mine who has a dog that they have decided to name Blueprint. Now, let me tell you, when you are in your highest vibration and on your God work, God walk, you have the abilities, if you're gifted with the gift of providence, like I am, to communicate with nature and animals. And so this Blueprint dog is part of my spiritual team, for lack of a better word. This dog may live in their house, but this dog is assigned to me spiritually, there he is, as a hellhound, which means that he works hand in hand with my team and the astral, etheric, heavenly realms to notify me of anything, any movement here that I need to be aware of. And so Blueprint barked, telling me that there was something in a trap outside of my house. And I just went out before I started to record this message to see what was in the trap. What is in the trap is a baby opossum. So the symbolism for opossum is applicable. When I find a baby in a trap, that's about a younger person, okay, being in some sort of precarious situation. Also, they want to concentrate on this 811 energy. And the way that they made me see it is that there was a difference of 118. This difference was from the energy 624 to 742. So on the old clock was the 624 vibration. On the new clock is the 742. The difference of that is 118, which brings us to this 811 day. So the date of birth, 811, is applicable, okay? Date of birth, 811. And I was just given a actress or actors, they go by actor now, and I will keep that to myself, but definitely part of this balancing act, heard loud and clear. There is a big jackpot on this juncture. You got long jackpot, huge jackpot, big jackpot, big jackpot, big jackpot. So let me tell you the difference. If you pay attention, big, capital B, contains 13. 1, 3 makes this big. So if you're getting a big jackpot, that is directly related to the Luminous Council. A long jackpot is just that. It's something you've worked long and hard on to gain, okay? And then, what did I say? A huge jackpot is, it gives me a feeling of hitting jackpot after jackpot after jackpot, which is the energy in this read. So we are in the ringmaster of scrutiny. So gives me the feeling of Heyoka energy also. And then broke down the word scrutiny and focused in on the N, which was tiny, Tiny, and I feel that as a name, okay? Not related to this 811, totally separate, but some sort of scrutinizing of a tiny, okay? This is the message. Finally, I'll end with this. So the new clock in this whole transformation, in this whole download, went from 747 to 757 coding. So there are two pillars, and what's changing is the focus or the middle. You're going from stability to a change. So get ready. There is huge change energy on the earth realm, a east wind of clarity. So it lets me know that whatever this change is going to bring you into clear view. Okay, this is our message. They want to get a card for closing us out. I will go to the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. At the base remains Journey, which is where I closed it out the other day. And this is wrapped in indigo. So one card, they want to look at the top of the deck. Okay, still stand still. I think I showed this in a read, so it is connected. Stand still for one part of the coin, or one side of the coin, and the other side of the coin is on their God journey. This is about doing the thing that God called you to do in the way that God called you to do it. It is beautiful energy. One card, please, for navigating through the energies in this realm. In the Ringmaster of Scrutiny. Taking detailed looks at the things that we are giving our energy to. Yep, somebody is seeing through a smoky mirror. This is based on those that are seeing through a smoky mirror. Card number 47, and I know it. 47 is a card of knowing, okay? 47 breaks to an 11. 11s are about this divine inspiration, synchronicity, and encouragement to keep going. This is encouragement to keep going on the right path. You're never encouraged to make a move. Don't move a step in smoky mirror energy. You are to sit still in smoky mirror energy until you gain clear perspective, which is what this wind of clarity, this east wind, is bringing. Okay? 7:55 shown on the clock. And then here we have the sacrifice. I tell no lies. This sacrificial blood sacrifice energy is being eradicated from the earth. Excuse me, I misspoke. Has been eradicated from the earth realm. Okay? So anybody in this energy, it is going to blow back on you. It will not touch anyone that has never tried to mess around in those kind of energies. So you're swimming in your own doo-doo is exactly the energy what I just heard. 44. 4s are about stability, home, family, and foundation. 44 is master building energy for integrity as a foundation, treating Gaia as home and temple, and manifestation and leadership. Now, this card, the sacrifice, is about giving to God those things that you want so he can perfect them and gift, okay, gift, them back to you, okay? That's first and foremost, that the sacrifice energy is being worked through in the earth realm. It's already solidified. The change is already solidified. It's something that God allowed for a very long time. And after my petition to him, we decided to close it out, okay? Everybody should be in divine flow based on this divine flow. Card number 20, matching the card 20 that I got from an earlier read, so connected. 2s are about balanced partnerships and alliances. 0 is the God journey. So in balance on the God journey, in God's divine flow. what it's based on. First and foremost, you are called to make this change now. I told you this resonant earth will not remain, okay? God is only shifting energies there temporarily to see if you can gain the right vibration to meet Gaia. If you cannot, that is a non-living timeline. They want to stress it. That's a hellhound. 2 of them. You can't make it up. Thank you. 1 card, please, for navigating through this energy. 1 card, please. Let's focus on those that need to gain the correct vibration to vibrate on Mother Gaia. Thank you. Because Mother Gaia is a self-contained, self-cleaning system. And if she notices something that is detrimental to her, she will pluck it off herself. Okay? I told you, and I did not see this card come out. This is the staff. Okay? And those that are familiar with my work, you are familiar with this card, but I will read it in detail because they want to. This is using God as assistance for walking. It is also having the ability to call plagues and to heal at the same time. Card number 51 breaks to a 6. 6s are about harmony or the journey too. Notice that this 51 matches the energy that those that were in 15 devil energy had to meet in order to survive, in order to remain. Now, that was old instructions. 51 is now bumped up to 60 because God is always going to require us to grow. So after you get to the 51 vibration, God said, okay, you did that. Now I need you to grow some more and get to 60, which is 9 more steps. Okay? 60, journey, harmony or the journey to, and God's source is where he's driving devil energy on this realm. He's tired of it, heard loud and clear. So 1 card, or that was our card? Yeah, that was a card. We'll read the staff. Thank you. Card 51. The hunter, the serpent, taming the wind, the sweat lodge, the sun, stand still, and then the staff. Somebody is moving willy-nilly. It's the best way to explain it. The staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. I tell no lies. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. The invitation, what this card invites you to do. You know how to flow, there's that flow, easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. The medicine for those that need to course correct. You are caught in a delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is a time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Or repaired. They said repaid. Interesting. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. Beautiful. So we have the aid of God's staff, and we have divine flow. What else do you need? He set you up perfectly. Take advantage of this energy so you can get yourself from the non-viable, non-living timeline into heaven on earth energy. This is our message, beautiful people. I hope it was helpful. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also check the description box. You'll find additional helpful information about this read, angel numbers, numerology, additional insight. Until next time, I'm wishing you miracles and blessings. Namaste.